We're going to read before, that's Isaiah 55:11, but on verse 8, same chapter, it says, "For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, declares the Lord. For the heavens are higher than the earth, and so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. For as the rain and the snow come down from the heavens, and do not return there void, but water the earth, making it bring forth and sprout, giving seed to the sower and bread to the eater." And then it reads, "So shall my word be that goeth out from my mouth. It shall not return unto me empty, but shall accomplish that in which I purpose, and shall succeed in the thing in which I send it." With that verse, Gideons have placed a lot of Bibles around the world. I have another testimony to share with you first, but this one here is a little different. It's one that Leah sent us in a letter to headquarters. I just have a copy of it. But she's a Christian girl, and here's her story as she reads it, as she tells it. Leah, she's a 21-year-old Christian girl working as a certified nurse in a North Dallas hospital. She says one day after work, she decided to go to the grocery store. After shopping, she headed home. Must have been in January because she parked in the back of the parking lot, got a few more steps in. But as she got there was a man behind the car, and he grabbed her and he drug her to the hotel that was attached to the parking lot. Leah writes, as we approached the hotel at the stairs, the more men and another one grabbed her on the other arm, and up the stairs they went. She said, "I knew fear was from the devil," says Leah, and tried to think rationally about what to do. Then it came to her that the Gideons always placed Bibles in those hotel rooms, and she was praying that this one was no different. As she approached the room, Leah found even more men on the other side of the room. Miraculously, God provides Leah a split second to make it to the bedside table. And in the struggle, the bedside table lands on top of her, and she is somehow able to retrieve the Bible out of it. As the dresser is hovering over her, as she writes, she says, "I opened the Bible to Psalms 59, and she begins reading out loud. And she reads, 'Deliver me from my enemies, O my God. Protect me from them that rise up against me. Deliver them from those who work evil, and save me from bloodthirsty men.'" Her voice trembling, but as she read, she could hear the men arguing, one saying, "Take it away from her." This emboldened Leah, and she read louder and kept reading. She says, as she kept reading, she could hear the shouting, and then all of a sudden, she said, it became quiet in the room. She stood to her feet, got the dresser off of herself, and there was nobody in the room. The curtains were open, light was streaming in. She goes on to say, she said that she called the police after she took her Bible and went downstairs. And the police report that they were told that police discovered 12 fingerprints of different men in the room, and found in the bathroom duct tape, a large tarp, and a shovel. She goes on to say that she said, the devil had a bad plan for my life. And God's plan was different than that. And she was very thankful. She goes on to, as she writes, she thanks Gideons International, but she also thanks those that provide money for those scriptures in those hotel rooms. So on behalf of Leah and Gideons International Church, we thank you. The Gideons, for most people that know, and you've got a lot of Gideons in the audience here, so you probably know, but Gideons are business and professional men. We are an international organization that works locally. What does that mean? That means that the people that live in that community work in that community. Whether you're talking Crawford County, Kansas, or whether you're talking somewhere in Ukraine or Russia or Africa, the Gideons there do the work there. They're their own missionary in their own town. See, so there's 250,000 Gideons and auxiliary members. Auxiliary members are the wives of Gideons. And we place Bibles in hotel rooms, doctor's offices, and with military personnel, and on college campuses. One of the things I'm here to do today is to give you a little bit of a report on what's been going on, not only locally, but just statewide and those things. So this last year, state of Kansas Gideons were able to do the state fair, which we haven't been able to do in a few years, but there was 8,500 Testaments received by people that went to the state fair. One of the guys told me that they had somebody tell them that that's the first Bible they ever received. That's Kansas, y'all. You know, it's like, wow, really? But it is. 8,500. So here locally in Crawford County, the local Gideons, if you'd want to raise your hands, you could. But here in Crawford County, we got on the campus of the PSU this year, 1,193. We also got into the Holiday Inn this year, which they had kicked us out a while back of doing changes there. But that meant we placed, we checked all 509 rooms in the hotels this year, and we placed 206. That's a large number. We also had several of the hotels that let us in, the Bibles were missing. So not only do they just sit there and not see anybody, but somebody's taking them. Somebody is using them. It's a big deal there. The ladies placed 75 Bibles in hotel waiting, not hotel waiting rooms, in doctor's offices, and placed 225 with the hospital staff there this year. That's a big number for us all, you know. That's a big deal. That's what's going on just here. A lot of times people ask, well, how can we help? You can pray for us. There's a lot of things going on in the ministry that's going on not just locally, but statewide, and then also nationally and internationally. One of the things, mostly in the United States, is we struggle with getting in schools currently. So you can be praying for that door would open up wider than what it is currently. Also, you can help us with financially. You can make a donation. Donations to Gideons International buys Bibles and ships Bibles. That's all it does. Right now, currently, the Little Testament costs $1.56. If you buy a case of 100, that's $156. The other thing is that there are 2 ways you can also join us. So first one, and it's for everybody, there's Friends of the Gideons. I was going to bring a slide and I forgot it. But friendsofthegideons.org, you can see any of us later for that. Anybody qualifies. If you are interested and you're a business and professional man and you'd like to join us in some of this work, please see us after. And with that, I think I have one more video to play. And this is Pastor Brandon.